All right, here we go. Another edition of the Horseman Pro Football Talk podcast. I'm Brad.
And I'm Hefe.
All right, Lions at Jets. This game, again, we'll have a different conversation right now than we would have had 48 hours ago. Are the Lions legit? Are they full bore legit? Don't tell me how good they're doing and how excited you are. Are they legit?
I think they are, and I'll tell you why.
You might be right.
I'll tell you why I think they are, because the offense, we talked about all year how the offense has been legit all year. They have been one of the best offenses most weeks of the NFL season. So they're doing their thing, especially getting some receivers healthy. You know what I mean? Jamison Williams, his first NFL catch was the 41-yard touchdown catch. You know, he's finally back and getting involved. So that's good. DJ Chark coming back from injury. So the offense is good. And, you know, we talked about the DB coach getting fired and the defense playing better. Aiden Hutchinson is for real. Like, I didn't want to talk about him too early because I'm a Michigan fan. I didn't want to seem biased. I want the Lions to win. I didn't want to seem biased. But Aiden Hutchinson is the real deal. And by all rights, like, I'm glad the Jaguars didn't draft him. Much rather have Trayvon Walker coming off the edge for the Jags instead of Aiden Hutchinson. And when you can get pressure the way Aiden Hutchinson is as a rookie, by the way, kid is still a rookie, and the way he's getting pressure at the rate he's getting pressure, he's a game changer. You know what I mean? He is to the Lions what Von Miller has been this year to the Bills. You know what I mean? He's a game changer, game wrecker, and he makes that defense better all around. You don't have to have all the best guys in the secondary when you have a guy that can get home in 2.5 seconds and less every snap. So, he's good in the run game. That's what you hope to see from an edge guy, is being good in the run game. You know, Yannick Ngakoue gets 8 sacks every year, but he's terrible in the run game. So, you know, Aiden Hutchinson's a real deal. He makes that defense for real. You know, they also have a linebacker, Rodriguez, who is very good as a rookie. And they got him in, you know, the 6th round, I think it was. He was a really late round pick. So Lions, they're drafting well, you know, they're all coming together and playing well on the defensive side of the ball. And obviously the offensive side of the ball has the capability of putting up 30-plus points every week, which is why they are legit. As long as you can score points in 2022, you are a legit football team.
Well, so we know that Mad Dan always thought they could win, which doesn't mean shit, right? I mean, every coach comes in and think they can win. This guy brought a lot of emotion, right? We heard yesterday, Jared Goff said he knew they could win. So Jared Goff admitted yesterday he's bought into this whole thing from the beginning, and that's huge, right? We've talked about this Lions team and Dan Campbell's enthusiasm and emotion. You got to get people to buy in, because if you don't, you just look like a goofball, right? But when people buy in, that shit it becomes contagious. Goff said yesterday he always believed. So now not just Mad Dan and his staff, but Goff, and now apparently the whole fucking team. And this is a recipe for disaster for the NFC. For the years to come. I mean, we talked about this last week. What they've done is not flashy; it's foundational. And you sprinkle some sugar on this thing, and it gets real sweet real quick. I mean, they have built a solid juggernaut, and you put some speed on the outside. I don't know what you bring in. You just bring in some top-rated free agents or draft, some more studs coming in. This team does nothing but get better. What I hate about this is I love what Salah's doing with the Jets. Both these guys have the same affection from me with what they're doing in New York with the Jets and what they're doing with Detroit. And it pisses me off that both of them are sitting down in the 8th and 9th spots in both of their playoff races, and they have to cannibalize each other. But that's the NFL. It's the way it is. The Jets, this game is interesting from a mental standpoint, because the Lions are feeling it, man. And they're coming in to win. The Jets know they're better than what they've been playing, and they know they have to pick up the pace And so I don't know how that's going to translate. Is that going to be they're going to try not to lose, or are they going to be, is Salah the consummate professional coach that belongs in the NFL and for years to come? And is he going to take where they're at and use that as motivation to elevate their game? We're going to see this week. This will probably be the one I watch.
Yeah, that's how I feel too. I think this could be a very exciting game. When it comes down to it, the Mike White injury and how serious that looked. I mean, he was getting killed in that Buffalo game. Took one real hard shot, got folded in half. As soon as I saw the replay of it, I felt like I could feel it in my ribs. Like that could not have felt good. Right. What a dog to get hurt 2 or 3 different times, come back in, finish that game out, and almost let it come back. Like he was coming back on him. So, I think this is going to be a competitive game, but at the end of the day, I just feel like the Lions offense is going to be too good, especially Quentin Williams, big time injury. I'm going to have to see what happens there. Quentin Williams not being in the lineup for the Jets is going to be a major factor for that defensive line and how they're able to stop the run and get after the quarterback. So, with the injuries that they sustained going into this game and the way the Lions look, like I'm all the way on the bandwagon. I've already looked at the remaining schedule, and spoiler alert, the Lions are going to win out.
Ooh, that's a good guess. How'd you come up with that?
That ain't a guess. That's what it's going to be.
I want to touch on Mike White. I don't know if you watched NFL Today yesterday. Nate Burleson was talking about Josh Allen, and he said that Josh Allen is as tough as they come, and his team knows it. And that he was like, when you have a quarterback that comes to you and says, guys, we need to pick it up. You need to give me everything you got. He was like, if they're not giving everything they've got, then you're like, well, you're not giving what you got. He was like, but a guy like Josh Allen comes to you and tells you to give everything you got. He was like, it inspires you to play harder. And I see that in Mike White with what we saw yesterday. And I think Salah is probably a coach a lot like Dan Campbell. He's probably got a lot of emotion, really hyping those guys up. We may not see as much as we see with Dan Campbell, but this is a winning recipe in New York. But I think overall, even though the Jets being at home, I think you're right. I think the Lions are going to come in. They're going to be too much for the Jets, and the Jets' tailspin is going to continue. But I hope. I mean, I'm not a Jets fan, right? I'm not a Jets fan. But the people in New York deserve a winning football team. I like what Salah's done. So I hope he can catch the tailspin and they can get this team into the playoffs. But I don't think that first step's going to come this weekend.
No, I think the Lions are about to deliver a dagger right in the heart to the Jets.
Well, you may be right.
And I would love to know what you think about this game, what you think is going to happen, who you think is going to win. You let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you for the next video.